story begins.
May I just say, Joseph Junior McGee has already just read this whole book, and now he wants me to read it. You did good, didn't you, Joseph?
Yeah.
This is the story of Freddie Mercury. On the tiny island of Zanzibar, off the east coast of Africa, lived a Parsi boy called Farora Balsara. He dreamed of having a fabulous life. His journey started when his parents sent him to a boarding school in India, where the family came from. In school, Faroa took piano lessons. Soon he was repeating any melody he heard on the radio, especially if it was rock and roll. But it was in choir where he showed he also had a natural talent for singing. While most kids have 20 teeth, he had 4 more. They took up a lot of space inside his mouth, but he believed that these teeth helped him reach the highest and the lowest pitches of his favorite songs. By the time he was 12, he had formed a band with some friends and started calling himself Freddie. He was obsessed with any new music coming from England, and being a rock star was all he could think about. After graduating from school, he went back to Zanzibar. Only 2 years later, his family left the island and moved to England. Suddenly, Freddie found himself in London, one of the coolest cities for a young musician like him. He studied graphic design and sold second-hand clothes at a trendy market. There he hung out with Roger and Brian, members of the band called Smile. They were looking for a singer. It was the chance Freddie had been waiting for. Last to join them was a guy called John. And once the band was completed, Freddie convinced them to change their name to Queen. He also took a new surname from the lyrics of one of his songs, and Ferraro Balsara became Freddie Mercury. Freddie always knew he was a star, but the world only seemed to agree with him. After Queen's 3rd album, he launched the band to fame. Next came Bohemian Rhapsody, an exciting song that mixed opera with rock. It was genius. All 4 members of Queen were talented composers. Still, no matter who wrote a song, Freddie always gave it his all, electrifying the lyrics with his voice. As a result, their tunes became an instant classics, and one in particular is now an anthem at any sporting event. On stage, Freddie gave everyone goosebumps, even people standing at the very back. He performed at a charity concert that almost half the planet watched live on television. Years later, it was voted as the greatest show in rock history. Even though he was admired by millions, Freddie felt that the only ones who truly knew him were his first and only girlfriend, Mary, and his 10 beloved cats. Then one day, he met Jim, and they were together forever after. When doctors told him he had AIDS, an illness that has taken many friends away, Freddie stopped touring, but he didn't give up singing. Instead, he recorded the most beautiful goodbye song to say goodbye. The show must go on. Still, it wasn't really a goodbye, not at all, because little Freddie, one of the greatest performers of all time, keeps electrifying our hearts with his music, encouraging us to live a fabulous life, a life as fabulous as we all want it to be. And this is little Freddie as a little baby, and this is Freddie singing on stage, and this is Freddie with Queen, and this is Freddie the year I was born. What? And may I say, Joseph read that whole book before me, and you can read it here at Palmerston Library, the best place to be on a Wednesday afternoon. Reading. We're going to read another book now, aren't we, Joseph?
Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
That's Hyper.
And thanks for reading Storytime with Hyper.